Today on Tape Swap Radio, our guest is RunHideFight. Thank you for being here. Members of the band, Gita, Christine, JT, and John. So we loved having you. And first off, is this your first time on a roof? Playing on a roof?
My first time playing, for sure.
Playing on a roof, yes. Playing instruments on a roof, absolutely.
Me too.
I guess the exception would be JT,
Yeah.
I was here before.
who did one of our previous rooftop sessions. So happy to have you back. This new band, RunHideFight, relatively new?
Yeah.
About a year.
Yeah.
About a year? Okay.
Yeah, the first gig I think was on Halloween
It was one.
last year. Yeah.
So it started right around Halloween, and we're recording this right around Halloween in 2018.
This is an auspicious
So
occasion.
1 year anniversary coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. So how has it been going so far?
Busy.
Yeah. Been great.
Awesome. It's been
Yeah.
awesome. Gita's been doing a terrific job getting us all kinds of gigs. So, yeah, we're having a blast.
And
Yeah.
we got a single out on
Single out.
Hidden Volume Records, which two of the songs we played earlier.
Nice. Is that your first official release with the band?
Yeah. That just came out September 28th, and the label sold out, and we're excited. So, can't wait to record a record.
The good kind of selling out.
Yeah, right,
yes.
right. Huh?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that kind.
Exactly.
Okay. So this is a new project for all of you, but most of you that I'm aware of have played in bands before. And I wanted to ask you sort of where this fits in with your musical history. And Gita, as the singer, guitarist of this band, you have played in bands before in the 90s. You played in Rockula, and you've had a history in the Philadelphia music scene. So with that ending, what was it like with that band ending and that sort of phase of your life ending as far as playing music?
Well, when I broke up Rockula, that was like 1998, and I just thought I'd go back to school, and then I just started playing in bands again. I moved to LA and started playing there, and when I came back, I was like, I had had enough, maybe, for, I thought, a lifetime, and that was 2005 when I came back to Philly. And, I tried to live a different kind of life and work at NPR and, just not get into rock and roll, but I couldn't keep myself from it. So it's kind of like not speaking your first language, I guess. You're going to lose it eventually, at least that's how I felt. And then it was like, oh, what a relief. This is me, And so coming back to it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
What-
I had I took about a decade off.
A decade off.
Yeah.
And you're a mom now. You have kids. So I'm sure that was part of the reason that you had gone away from music a little bit.
Oh,
So-
absolutely, sure. So, it was my full focus for quite some time, and creativity takes some selfishness, and not that I just couldn't, or maybe I just have ADD, perhaps all of the above. I was just like I couldn't think of taking the time to put something together that was from an internal space when there was something like right here that needs me. So it took a little time for me anyways. I know a lot of parents, fathers and mothers that haven't done that and have just played straight through. I just wasn't one of those people.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you've sort of come back and found your home here playing music, which is great to hear. And you've even incorporated songs about moms into your new music here at RunHideFight. So it's all come full circle in a bit.
Oh yeah, well I was wrote these songs in my kids' playroom doing demos there, and Christine came over to help me get out of the Luddite cave and be like, let's go play shows. And then she's like, I see a theme here, because Christine is an author and a publisher. She's got all these books out, and she's like, this is a motherhood theme. I was like, oh yeah, I was just kind of writing about what my life is like now, but that's what it is, so
Right.
yeah, it just happened to be that way. But I guess you write what you know.
Sure. And Christine, you play bass here.
Yes.
What was it like coming to Gita? What was going through your head? Why did you come to her and say, hey, let's get out here and play some music?
Yeah, well, a quick backstory. I, too, was in a band in the 90s called May Pang, and so we traveled in the same circles, and my husband now was in Rockula, so he's in a great band called Cream Circus. And anyway, I, too, put my guitar down for a while, and I had a kid and did some other things, started a nonprofit, etc. But we were invited. I also play in a band called Suffocox with JT, and so we were actually invited to play a benefit. And I hadn't touched my bass in years, and I thought, okay, why not? And we got together and started playing, and I forgot how much I loved it. And so that led to my asking around to see who was available. And luckily, Krista Pinto reconnected Gita and myself, and she sent me her songs, and I love them. And the rest is history. And then we found this guy over here, this handsome man, and who's been in a bunch of bands as well. And we're just having a blast together.
All right, yeah, John, as a drummer, what's it like playing with RunHideFight?
I mean, musically, I love it just for the rock aspect of, I can play in the pocket, but also there's room to be a little bit more creative than you could be in certain aspects. But, I mean, honestly, and I just got to say this straight up, the reason I like playing in this band is because it's the first time I've been in a band in a while that everybody has their big boy and big girl pants on. Like, everybody's super responsible in this band.
Or shorts.
Or
Right.
their big boy shorts
With
on.
the flip-flops.
But yeah, I mean, it's funny because I'm normally the dude that tries to take all the organization and business side, and like, I'll get up in the morning and I'll be having my coffee, and I better send out a group text or a group email about and I'll get them before I even send them. Like, everybody's so on the ball, and there's always sometimes that dude or that girl in the band where you're like, and just up until this point, there's nobody in this band like that. Everybody's super responsible. Everybody's sacrificing stuff in their personal lives to make this happen, where you can't get some cats 3 blocks from rehearsal to come to rehearsal, and like, I've seen people leave their family on vacation in this band to come do, a festival show. So, outside of the music stuff, just, everybody's really stepping up to the plate, and that just relieves so much unwanted pressure.
Yeah, I guess behind the scenes, a lot of music fans don't realize the work it takes to make 4 people or 3 people, however many people in the band, operate as a cohesive unit.
Right?
Yeah.
And it sounds like you're doing that very well.
Well, I think it was the last show. Christine had to set up an event at start at 6 in the morning, go through the entire day, come to the show, play it, and then get up to host the after event the Saturday after.
Yeah.
She's running 16-hour days without moaning or groaning once, and that's that's rare to have 4 people that are that kind of focused and dedicated. So
Sounds like you're all very dedicated.
We are. We
It's
love
good.
it.
JT, former guest of Tape Swap Radio, you've played in bands before, and you've, I guess unlike some of your fellow bandmates, you have pretty much continuously played for a number of years. So how does RunHideFight fit in with other bands that you've played?
Well, like John was saying, the difference I think is there's an organization here that is not present, was not really present in others in terms of promotion, pushing things forward. I'm usually the lead guy in the group or something, and it's a great relief to not have to do that kind of stuff because I don't enjoy it, and I'm just lazy and I don't want to do that stuff. So it's just great to be able to play guitar, show up, and I try to do what I can, but largely it's Christine and Gita that are driving this train.
Sure.
This crazy train.
So I guess maybe this is a good question for Christine and Gita. What were the types of bands that you were thinking of when you were playing this? Or were you just kind of putting out into the world what was pent up inside of you?
Well, Gita's she wrote all the songs, and I just fell in love with them. So maybe you can talk a little bit about.
Yeah, say it again. What kind of bands?
Yeah, what kind of bands were you thinking? What type of music were you thinking about?
Well, I thought I would do. I was coming out of this period of heavy mourning. Like, my own mom had died, and I was really frustrated with the way things were going in the world. And I thought I might do something a little different. And I wrote a couple of songs that are really outside of my wheelhouse, as one might say. But what happened was I just ended up writing garage rock again, and it was just like a relief. So I mean, I always loved the Kinks and the Stooges and the Headcoats. Like, sure, I mean, you could certainly hear them all right in there. So, except I was just saying, like, oh, my heart is broken. My mother died. Sometimes I'm not the mom that I think that I imagine that I would be. It's just like a family history in 3 chords, basically.
Okay.
So that it worked out well. Sometimes I'm like, should I not say this?
No, I think
maybe not at the all ages shows. They'll be like, Mom.
I think that's what makes it so unique is the lyrics are really amazing and insightful and meaningful, and they're kind of packaged in this really accessible, fun garage rock package. So I don't know. I think it's a great blend. So kudos again to her.
Thank you, Fran.
You're welcome.
So RunHideFight, about a year playing. What's it been like playing live? What's the experience been like playing with this band?
Super fun.
Yeah.
This girl, she can jump with that double neck. Have you seen that?
It is.
That thing is heavy.
Yeah, I encourage everybody listening now, if you're not watching the video,
Yeah.
to watch the videos of this that we have up on the website.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Coming back after 10 years, like, the A side of the single, the first song that we played at this session, I wrote that when I was like 19. But I saw a picture of myself playing it, and I see it now, and it's just like, there's a transformation. I don't know if it's perhaps 20 years of guitar playing has something to do with it, but there's also I need it now. I need to play, and then if I start playing and there's nothing that's really pulling me out of it, I don't even remember what happens till we're done. And I like being transformed, going somewhere else.
And we haven't casually went into this. Like, I mean, we've been busy, so it's like record release party in Philly, then like Baltimore festival the next day, but one of those where it's raining so hard we don't know if we're going on, so we're under like an 8x8 foot
Right.
tent in the rain to go up and and then like literally a month later on a roof. So it's really been like kind of a relearning experience, because there's a lot of shows and radio spots, and so it's been it's not like we're playing once every 3 months or something, like a lot of, I mean, we're booked through the rest of the year, so it's it's just been good to get on the road a little bit, and been playing with some great bands, so yeah, it's been cool.
Yeah, touring is going to be totally different 20 years later. It'll be
Yeah.
so hopefully that'll be a more efficient process than it was
I'm not
before.
crashing on anybody's floor this time around.
Oh my God, I'm not sleeping in the van like
Airbnb.
ever.
for
This
sure.
is Airbnb time.
Okay,
This is how
okay.
it goes now. Yeah.
So you have not gone on a full-fledged tour with RunHideFight yet?
No, but we've been doing these weekend jaunts, and so I think that really also at this point, part of being moms with the kids in the school is okay, well, let's book something for spring break or the summer, or plan to be in Spain in the fall, perhaps. But right now it's just we'll go to Baltimore. Where are we going? We're going to we'll be back in Allentown, then DC, then New York, and then New Jersey and Philly. But these are, for us, we're all coming back, that same night. So
Yeah.
It will take a little organization to, let's say, get a proper 6-7 day stint, and then
and a nanny.
Sure.
because
Nanny.
obviously
For me.
all of
I'm
us
from
have
my
done
day
that,
job.
but none of us are 23 anymore either.
Yeah.
Very true.
I'll be like, let me pick the nanny.
Yes.
So let me ask you about Philly, your home. Where do you think you fit in with the music scene that's going on there in the city?
That's an interesting question. We've been in all kinds of different shows. We certainly have a pocket of the Little Stevens Underground people, which is a certain demographic, pretty narrow. But we've been at Everybody Hits with an all ages crowd and had a great time. And we're out, we've been. To me, the bands that we play with, I think, are musically similar, but we've ended up with all of these different audiences, and that's good for us because I've had many times people be like, oh, I wasn't really sure what to expect. I read this article, this interview about a mom that returned and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I didn't think I would have, honestly, they didn't think they would like it. But they did. So it was really cool.
It's funny. We had a dude that saw us at the Second Street Festival. Then he came to see us at a club show like a month later. And one of the things he said was I really like the fast stuff, because we do have some faster tracks that you can throw us on a punk rock bill and it works, and you can throw us on a garagier bill and it works.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting that he kind of said, because we sometimes end with the Saints Lost and Found. And that's like, just crushing from start to finish. And like, just for him to be like, I like the fast stuff. I'm like, that's kind of cool to look at us that way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Interesting.
true.
All right. Well, it's been great having you. We end every interview with a pick from the band. So can you name somebody you ran across playing that you'd like to shout out? And we'll end the interview with a song from them.
That we've been playing. The Plimsolls were amazing in Baltimore. They really were just so much fun and so great live, So yeah.
Okay. We'll go out on a song from the Plimsolls. But Run, Hide, Fight, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Peter, Christine, JT, and John.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a
Thank
good
you.
time. Good time.
All right. Move these guys over here. It's hard to see the. Right, I'm just gonna have to listen. I can't see the lights out here on this.
I know.